My people, it's about that time.
Like a boss.
Live from the USA, hoping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Today we are doing a breakout alert from one of the top altcoins in the market. This is Aptos, APTOS, could be the next Solana on the blockchain. And we're going to be using the boss method to show you how you can make money with this trade. So if this is your first time tuning in, congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. My name is BK, also known as the Crypto Trader, and I'm the boss of these charts, as you will soon find out. Every day I grace this microphone with my voice is another day you get to profit as a result, and today is no exception. So if you haven't done it already, smash that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. You want to know why? Because we give away free Bitcoin, FREE, BTC, every single Friday. Every video I do is a new chance to win. Just shout out your city. Let me know where in the world you tuning in from, and you will be entered to win. So let's jump right into it. Let's go ahead and make this money. As I showed you in one of the last videos, this is Crypto Bubble's top 100 coins in the world with regards to their relative performance versus BTC. And as we can see, this is the month, this is the week. There has been a huge outflow of funds from the cryptoverse, but this one right here, front and center, is the one we'll be focusing on with today's discussion. This is up 4 spots to become the top 22 coin in the world. This is Aptos. APT is its abbreviation. And I haven't done a video on this coin. Like, I took some time off and, had to resurface and, rejuvenate and all that good stuff. And now this thing just popped up, on my little radar. And I'm like, well, let me see what Aptos is. What is this thing all about? But you can see right here, this is the bread and butter right here. This is a month's performance. Aptos versus Bitcoin, and this thing is outperforming Bitcoin almost 2-to-1, 3-to-1 over the last month. Bitcoin up 17%. Aptos up almost 55% in the last month. So what does Aptos do, and how does it do it? Aptos blockchain aims to disrupt payments with instant, low-cost transactions. This article is from Microsoft as early as this week. Bitcoin and crypto have become mainstream, but misconceptions remain of their true potential. Host of The Wolf of All Streets dive into Bitcoin as a speculative investment, blase, blase, blah. We are at the same trajectory where maybe it's tricky holding your Bitcoin, but today maybe it's easier. In contrast, Aptos can settle transactions under a second, and they're talking about the high fees that Visa and PayPal have. Again, these are the oligarchs of the digital commerce world. Visa, PayPal, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, Citibank, Chase. It's about 8 companies that control about 98% of all the currency in circulation. And now that we have the intersection of fiat and crypto, you have coins like Aptos, Solana, even XRP that are making new gateway portals for these utilities through traditional financial institutions, giving them some real competition. So Visa and PayPal still have high delays, long delays, high fees, KYC, move too much money fee, don't move enough money fee, don't have enough money fee. In contrast, Aptos can settle transactions in under a second, making it a more efficient option. That is a much more efficient economy. You don't have to worry about managing your private keys with the Aptos cards, emphasizing that the card allows users to move money instantly without relying on a phone or a wallet. In the early days, that was a major pain point of crypto, with managing your private keys, forgetting it, posting it on the internet, having somebody you don't know, read it on the internet, take your money, lose your money. It's no 1-800-BITCOIN, to get your money back once somebody got your private keys. So it's like, that's just one of the costs of convergence right there. as the conversation turns to competition, Visa processes 700 million transactions at peak capacity, but Aptos is not far behind. I don't know what that is. That's 700 million a week, a day. A game on our network pushed us to 500 million transactions in 24 hours. I think that was a cricket game that they had, if I'm not mistaken. Aptos cricket game. I think this became like one of the top apps. It was interesting. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, it's like one game that they had that was kind of catapulted them on top of the market. While acknowledging that traditional payment companies may be slow to adopt blockchain for the time being, this person expresses excitement about the collaboration for forward-thinking partners. If you're a payment company and you want to compete in tomorrow's market, we're happy to have a conversation hinting at the growing role of blockchain in reshaping payments. So essentially they're saying Aptos is offering a viable alternative for these oligarch companies. Visa, PayPal, American Express, Discover, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay, your mama Pay, Snapchat Pay, what's the other one? Venmo, Cash App. Like, everything's going digital, peer-to-peer digital, and this coin is set up to facilitate massive transactions at low cost, high velocity, and the charts say it's not a bad time to buy. So this is the boss method. Let's jump into this chart right here. APT to the BTC. First of all, let's jump out and look at it daily. We see this thing on a daily chart. It doesn't have a whole lot of data to it. And if you remember what Bitcoin did during this time between 2023 and 2024, BTC ran off the rails. It went from about 16,000 to about 68,000. So the altcoins during that time didn't have that much steam to begin with. If you look at Ethereum's chart during this time, it's down about 40 to 45% during that same span. Aptos, I don't hold this against this chart because when you look at, the skeleton inside of it, breakout to breakdown, it still had a pretty good cycle right there. So that's kind of baked into it. But the problem we have right now is we are serving at a deficit, right? So essentially this is the section we're working to get out of right now, right? And we can probably tighten that down right there. Boom, boom, right? And notice it does have some congruence with this part. It does start to, talk to the other part of the chart with regards to the capstone being that peak energy cycle right there. But, all things considered, in this market right now, this is not a bad chart to look to get into. One of the reasons I like it is because, again, it hasn't had a complete bull run, stand on its own 2 feet, lead the market, and it's already a top 20 coin. Another reason I like it, it has some major venture capitalist partners. This was a VC coin to begin with. It didn't, have an ICO, prove its worth, and then go out and raise VC money like Litecoin. Actually, I don't even think Litecoin had an ICO, but it went and got VC money after the fact. We'll say like Solana, or Binance. One of those coins that had public funding and then converted over. This was corporate from the beginning. So I think they raised about 350 million to begin with. So that's kind of baked into that price. Right now the market cap is north of $4 billion. 350 that have VC money. So it's like you almost have a floor set in there, plus 30-50% expectancy growth. So you got about $1 billion baked into this market cap that really isn't going to disappear, which is why it's probably propelled as fast as it has on top of the market. You got Facebook money in there, you got Microsoft money in there, and now it's starting to turn around on the charts. This is what it looks like on a 77. This first little run we had right here. Let's see if we can zoom out a little bit. I don't know why it's running so slow, but it is. Right? Starting to turn around August. I think this is probably our first little segment. Boom, boom. Right? As long as we're about at 1.6, and that's at 1285. This chart is going to want to continue to go up and to the right. This is one of the few coins in the market that is standing on its own right now and is a buy using the boss method. There you go. That looks a lot better on a 343. So this is what the boss method is. It's 3 simple moving averages, the white, the blue, and the gray. Once 2 of those lines stand on top of that gray, that's when the money starts to come back in the market. That's when it's all hands on deck, you know? Put down 2 so you can pick up 6. We have the momentum of the market behind us. Let's ride this wave on up. And so it's a very good chart to buy into. If you're starting to look at a macro reversal, this is really, you know, the beginning of what that looks like. Again, even on a daily, you can start to see it. Like this thing it still needs some time. But as I'm saying, it's not too many places in the market that you can buy a top 20 coin with expected immediate returns such as this. It does have some turbulence that it has to get through. I think once it breaks through that double green bar right there, then you can see massive gains to the upside. But in the mean in between time, to gain 4, 6, 7, 8% Bitcoin, as I stated, this thing is outperforming Bitcoin 3-1 over the past month. I haven't seen any other coin in the top 25 coins beat that percent. So if you do, leave it in the comments. I'll throw it in the next video. But definitely put it on your radar. APT to the BTC. This thing is winning on the boss method. It is a buy right now. And as a result, it has made our breakout alert watch list. So if you appreciate this content, I most certainly do appreciate you. It's one thing I want you to do. Like this video. Show me some love in the comments. Let me know if there's any other chart you want to see report on. Or shout out your city. Let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. You might be our next winner on our free Bitcoin Fridays. So with that being said, everybody, it's that time of the day. Signing out. Boss. Boy BK, no matter where you stay, Brazil to Bay, California, all the way back out through Germany. Good night, good morning, and good day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time. Hit that thumbs up button for a player one time. Do that for me if you appreciate mine. Till we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.
Like a boss. Huh?